Hello viewers, I am your host Thomas Holt, and today on Thunderclap History we will be discussing Cambodia.
Ladies, what you got? You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah, thunderstruck.
In 1954, Cambodia was able to receive complete independence from France after it had been a protectorate for 91 years. In 1945, at the age of 22, Norodom Sihanouk took control of Cambodia, making him the country's first prime minister. In 1963, Sihanouk ended the United States' aid program, and by 1965, all ties had been severed. As this was going on in Cambodia, a man by the name of Salas Sar was learning about Marxism while he was attending technical school in France. After he'd failed his college exams for the third time, he was forced to return to Cambodia. When he returned to Cambodia, he started the Cambodian Communist Party, which was later given the name the Khmer Rouge. Sihanouk felt threatened by the newly formed party, so he forced them into the jungle. While in the jungle, in order to keep secrecy, Sar changed his name to Pol Pot and began to wage guerrilla war on the government.
Oh my god,
Quinn!
Are you serious
Quinn.
right now? Raw guerrilla warfare, bro.
Those are apes! In 1970, due to severing ties with the United States military stepped in and ousted Sihanouk. In retaliation, he decided to join forces with the Khmer Rouge.
This alliance would cause what is now known as the Cambodian Genocide. So what caused the Cambodian Genocide? Well, there were really three things that caused it. One, the US, two being the Khmer Rouge, and three being money. So why are we involved in this? Well, to start off, we bombed the heck out of southern Cambodia, causing hundreds of thousands of people to relocate. In fact, we actually dropped more bombs in Cambodia from 1969 to 1973 than we did on the Axis powers during World War II, but we'll explain why later. Second, being the Khmer Rouge, who we've already briefly talked about as they were led by Pol Pot. So as these Cambodians and Vietnamese peasants fled from the US attacks, they relocated themselves in the capital, Phnom Penh. This caused a large decline in economics and militarism, and who did everyone turn to? You guessed it, this guy. So his solution to everything, by taking a page out of Mao Zedong's book, was to create an agrarian society, and we'll go into more detail later in the video.
During that same year, the United States military dropped a series of bomb attacks on Cambodia in an effort to destroy Viet Cong. The bombings caused over 150,000 civilian casualties. As a result, Vietnamese peasants started to flee north until they hit the Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh. In 1975, the United States had finally pulled all their troops from Vietnam, therefore causing the bombing attacks to stop. Now, Pol Pot seeks power and control of Cambodia. He succeeded in this by taking over Cambodia on April 17, 1975. After being inspired by Mao Zedong, Pot attempted to build an agrarian society.
Oh, Mr. Holt, isn't an agrarian society...
Quinn! This is my show! I'm going inside. Let's go, Chico.
So what is an agrarian society? An agrarian society is any society that bases their economy on agriculture or a crop. In Cambodia's case, this crop was rice. For instance, a good harvest would mean that the economy of the society would be strong and booming. However, on the other hand, a poor harvest will have your society end up like the Irish during the Great Potato Famine.
He started by renaming Cambodia to the Democratic Republic of Kampuchea. He named that day Year Zero and began his purification process of society. Purification started off by taking away capitalism and city life. He then killed all foreigners and burned down all of the embassies. Foreign languages were banned as well as media and news. Only the government could communicate by using phone and mail. Cambodia was sealed from society after education, health, and parenting had been taken out of society. All Cambodian cities were evacuated. Over 2 million people had to leave on foot while at gunpoint. The people now found themselves on government-owned farms deep in the countryside. Over 20,000 people died along the way. The citizens were forced into slavery and only given 1 tin of rice every 2 days. Many people died from being overworked and malnourished. This gave the name to the killing fields.
Killing fields were plots of land spread over the country where millions of people's lives were taken, then their corpses buried during the Khmer Rouge's reign over Cambodia. An estimated 1.4 million victims' bodies lie in these mass grave sites from the 2 million the Rouge is responsible for killing. Here's a quote from the genocide survivor Dith Pran. I see a pile of skulls and bones for the first time since my arrival. What I see before me is too painful and I break down completely. These are my relatives, friends, and neighbors. I keep thinking it is a long time before I am calm again, and then I am able with my bare hands to rearrange the skulls and bones so that they are not scattered about.
All throughout Cambodia, many executions began to take place. This was done to ensure that there would be no one left in society to revolt against Pot. These executions included anyone who was educated or was ex-military. Even if you wore something as simple as glasses, you were executed. Now time for today's open letter. Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dear Pol Pot, I understand that you are bitter against smart people since you failed your college exams not once, nor twice, but 3 times in a row. Then, are we going to change the angle? But killing all the smart people is a terrible idea! Congrats, Pol Pot. You now have a country completely ran by uneducated farmers. On that note, I'd like to congratulate you on all of your success. Yours truly, Thomas Holt. These executions angered Vietnam, and finally they decided to take action. In December 1978, Vietnam invaded Cambodia. On January 7, 1979, they captured Phnom Penh, pushing the Khmer Rouge into Thailand. The Vietnamese were backed by the UN. This allowed them to successfully take control of Cambodia. The Vietnamese created a new government, calling it the People's Republic of Kampuchea. The Khmer Rouge lasted until 1999, until all of its leaders were either killed or arrested.
Pol Pot died on April 15, 1998, before he could be tried for his crimes.
Leaving with that, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I will not see you next week.
Ladies, what you kind? You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck.
Too short.
Been listening to the ocean for 7 days, 7 nights. After the United States bombings over... As this was going on in Cambodia, a man by the name of Salas Sar was... I said star again, didn't I? Why? As this was occurring in Cambodia, a man by the name of Salas Sar was... As this was going on in Cambodia, a man by the name Salas Star...
Oh my god, Tommy, dude.
As this was going on... As this was occurring in Cambodia, a man by the name Salas Sar... I said it right! As this was occurring in Cambodia, a man by the name Salas Sar was learning Marxism and technical skills. Sihanouk felt threatened.
Felt friend.
I've always felt threatened.